There's a Christmas song that goes, "It's the most wonderful time of the year." I beg to differ. I think that Lent is the most wonderful time of the year. We are having a powerful transformational experience. It's called the Love Experiment. We have taken the season of Lent and we have charged it. We are focused. We have harnessed the power of love. And every single day we unwrap a new layer of love. We allow love to expand in our awareness. And it's called an experiment on purpose because we don't just understand more about love. We try what we understand. We prove love every single day in our lives. We allow love to be a force in our world. We let love take over our heart and mind. I want to invite you into this experience. We're at the second leg of it, and there is a space for you. This is the perfect time. We've been creating an atmosphere. And so when you register for this experience, you're going to walk into a field of love like no other. And so I want to give you the opportunity. I want to take whatever resistance you have off the table. And so I've lowered the price a little bit on the Love Experiment. I want you to come in and take the last half and rock it. We want you to be a part of this energy of love that we have. We want you to experience a love takeover in your life. We want you to be a magnet to the good that you desire. Join the Love Experiment today. You will not regret it. God bless you.
One of the wonderful things that I've had the pleasure of experiencing in my journey in New Thought is having the opportunity to sit with some of the masters in our movement and talk to them one-on-one and learn from them. And we here at UPCHURCH are very, very blessed because in Reverend Sherri and Reverend Sheree, we have our own spiritual masters. These are amazing teachers and powerful ministers, as you already know. And what I love about the after party is that this is an opportunity to sit with them and find out what they're thinking about and how they're feeling in terms of the lesson that they just shared with us on Sunday. So if you haven't had an opportunity to hang out with us at the after party, this is a perfect time to do so. The link is here in the video below. It's not only an opportunity to go deeper into the lesson with the ministers, but it's also an opportunity to fellowship with our fellow family members. So join us in the after party every Sunday, and I look forward to seeing you there. Take care.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to say, take a look at our social media all-stars. These are the people that shared our service. They either left a comment on YouTube, left a comment on Facebook, or shared it on Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to be on the list, you go ahead and share. We are acknowledging our social media all-stars. Thank you, guys.
UPCHURCH family, I need you to get active in the ministry today. We have some opportunities for you to share, to make sure that we celebrate the wonderful people in our lives, that we continue the traditions of UPCHURCH. We have powerful opportunities for you to serve. I want to invite you into the Mother's Day Committee. I want to invite you into the Father's Day Committee. I want to invite you into the Student Award Committee. I want to invite you into Pastor's Anniversary. These amazing events need your skills. They need your talent. They need your ideas. They need your energy. They need your hands. They need your mind. I want you to consider giving in this way. All that you need to do is let us know which committee you'd like to join. And maybe there's a committee you'd actually like to lead, that you have a divine idea and you're like, oh, I think this will be so much fun to do here at UPCHURCH. You can just ask our regular volunteers how good it feels to share their gifts and talents, to be a part of something that blesses other people. And I want you to have that blessing opportunity as well. And so all that you need to do is let us know you're interested. You can email us at upchurch@upchurch.org, and we will let us know which committee you're interested in, and we'll make sure that we pair you up with that team so that we can have time to pull together these amazing events. And if there are new ideas on your mind, new ideas you'd like to bring and shepherd garden to experience, I want to invite you to do that too, because there are ideas we haven't thought of that are in your heart and mind and that would bless the ministry. And so just come on and let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you're feeling, and let us know where you're willing to lead. We love you. We appreciate you. You make Up Church great. And I appreciate you saying yes to an opportunity to serve here. God bless you.
Thank you so much, worship team. That was Tomoko on saxophone. Thank you so much for lending your talent to this ministry. You are a gift, and we're so pleased to have you sit in this week and be a part of this worship experience. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Reverend Sherri James, and I'm the senior minister of this incredible community of global thinkers, seekers, spiritual activists. We are in an incredible season. This is our Lenten season. But before I get into that and before I do our opening prayer, let's get some housekeeping things out of the way. If you are watching this on YouTube, let me encourage you to please go ahead, hit subscribe. Hit subscribe and also make sure you like this video and take a moment and leave us a comment. I want to shout out our social media all-stars. Thank you so much for all the effort that you are putting in to help us grow this global audience. And if you're watching this on Facebook, same thing. Make sure you hit that share button, pass it on to someone, let somebody know about this ministry, let somebody know about this church. Hit the like button, make sure you like our page, set yourself up to receive notifications. All right. And you know, this is so important because every way that someone finds out about a church is through somebody else. Very rarely is somebody just stumbling on to something. Generally, it's like, hey, I heard, or hey, this helped me. So I'm encouraging you to spread that word, and I thank you in advance for that. Let's take a moment to open this service in prayer. Would you pray with me? Father, Mother God, we give thanks and praise for an amazing transformational experience. We thank you that we are in the process of becoming all that we were designed to be, and that something heard, something sung will be shared and will be a spark that pushes us to our next level. We ask to be transformed so that we may take off, in the direction of our journey, in the direction of our destiny. We ask that any of the obstacles that seem to be in the way now be dissolved back to the nothingness from whence they have come. I thank you that right now your spirit, your peace, your love, your joy fills our awareness. That we have our minds totally focused on you, God. We are letting go of everything that came before this moment, and we are resting right here in this present moment, in this present space of infinite possibility where any good thing can happen and only good can happen. We are centering our attention right here on the power and the presence of God that indwells us. And we intend to magnify that power in this service, so that we may transform ourselves and take off. Take off in the direction of our destiny. Take off in the direction of our good. I thank you that as we focus here in this now moment, that all the good that we seek is now rushing in to attach itself to us. And we leave from this space moving easily and effortlessly toward the good that is rightfully ours. Thank you, Father, for every family gathered here. I bless those that are hurting right now. I ask that something that we share today be give a sense of relief to whatever grief they may be feeling, whatever pain they may be experiencing. Utilize us to serve them. Now, I know you hear me when I pray. And so I relax and I allow this prayer to be so. And so it is. We are the living legacy of the Reverend Dr. Della Reese-Lett. And we are so honored to carry on in this tradition to lift up the things that she shared with us, to continue spreading this message of divine oneness, this message of universal love for ourselves and for all people. And we have a vision. Our vision is to love every person up to their true identity and to their highest potential for the greater good of all. And we are on a mission to express God's divine love through teaching spiritual principles, worship services, fellowship activities, and community outreach. And right now we're in the midst of an incredible season called Lent. I would say Lenten. It is our Lenten season. Lent. There's that 40-day period between Ash Wednesday and Easter, and we do it big. And I just want to shout out Reverend Sheree and all those that are on the Lenten call every morning. I know you guys are having an amazing time. Everything that I see just looks absolutely incredible. I'm so glad that you're getting your daily doses of love. My sermon today is entitled Transform and Take Off. Transform and Take Off. And it is based around the chapter 10 in Laws of Love, Creative Expression. And so I'm so excited for you to experience this message today. Before we do that, I want to take a moment to just quiet ourselves, settle down so that we may be rich soil for what the Spirit has to say to us. So let's relax and sit comfortably. And we just want to take this moment to just quiet ourselves. In truth, we are self-healing beings. This life principle that indwells us, that governs our being, that is the truth of who we are, is now at work, restoring every aspect of our being. Whatever is out of order is now being placed back into order. The life principle is now moving through every cell in your body, restoring it to perfect wholeness. The life principle is now lifting up every aspect of you. The stress that you may have felt is now being dissolved back to the nothingness from whence it has come. As you quiet the soul, quiet the heart, quiet the mind, your strength is being built. Your strength is being multiplied. In this quiet, you are being renewed. And strengthened. And lifted. And inspired. So that you may go forth from this moment more deeply aware of your divine nature. The I am in you deepens its impression in you. Thank you, God. As we bring this moment of quiet to a close, we just acknowledge that God is the healing presence in our life. God is the magnetic, creative force that makes all things possible. And this divine love that we truly are will always find a way out of no way. God bless you.
Good afternoon and welcome to UPCHURCH. I'm Reverend Sheree Thompson, and I am so grateful to be here today to welcome you with open arms into our ministry. This is a love space. I don't know if you've caught that yet, but we are absolutely a space where we will love you up to your true potential. Now, I want you to know that I know that worshiping sometimes in this virtual environment where we're online here, Zoom calling there, that can be difficult and it can make you feel like you're not really connected with people. But I want to let you know that in this atmosphere that we've created here at UPCHURCH, there is a connectivity that defies appearance. We don't need to be in each other's presence to feel the oneness. And though being together where we can hug and love one another is fabulous, I want you to know that it's not required for you to be in the energy of love. And so I want you to invite you into our energy of love. If you're visiting with us for the first time, or maybe you just came here a couple times before, I want to let you know that this place, this space is the place for you to grow. That there is, within our message, you're going to hear something that's going to be transformational. We really believe that you are designed to live the life that you desire, to live a life that is healthy, happy, and prosperous. And we believe that we have the tools, we have the techniques to give you that, to help you relearn who you really are. And so if you are interested in that, if any of that resonates with you, if our message resonates with you, I want you to consider becoming a member of UPCHURCH. All that you need to do is to take the first step and let us know you're interested. We're willing to answer your questions. We're willing to make sure that you're clear on your decision. But this is an amazing place to plant and grow spiritually. And we invite you into the fold. We invite you into our ministry. And of course, you're welcome to come and visit with us again and again. Now, there's a point in our service when we're in person where we go and hug one another and we affirm the truth to one another. And it is so powerful. It's so wonderful. And we can do it now. So you may not know who you're worshiping with, but I want you to know that you have a powerhouse in here. And so let's introduce ourselves to one another. Let's state our spiritual name. And so the way that you do that is you put I am next to a quality of God. And I want everybody to participate. I want you to take this time to identify yourself as the spiritual being you are. I'll go first. I'm Sheree and I am joy. What is your spiritual name? Share it in the chat. I want you to acknowledge one another. When you see someone's name appear, I want you to affirm it as well. I see you. I bless you. I see you as who you really are. Let's continue to put those names in the chat. If you're not chatting along with us, I still want your participation. I still want your cooperation. I still want to be able to see you for who you really are. And you can put that in the comments. If you're not chatting with us live, add it to the comments. Don't let the moment go by without identifying who you really are. And I'm going to give you a super challenge. Go ahead and pick a spiritual quality that you really want to see more of in your life today, that you really want to see more come through you. Pick that quality. And then I want you to put that in the chat. I want you to share your spiritual identity. Let this work for you. And if you're not chatting along with us or commenting, don't let the moment go by without speaking your spiritual name out loud. Just say it out loud. I am joy. I am love. I am power. I am success. I am pure love. You can say it and mean it and allow it to become your guiding force. Thank you so much for participating in this amazing experience of fellowship that we have here. And what's coming up next is a daily inspiration for better living. The daily inspiration is going to be given to us today by John Downey. And you can get your daily inspirations. You can go to ufbl.org. It's just a publication, small daily publication with devotionals. Or you can contact the church office and we have some hard copies that we can get to you. So John, please share with us today's daily affirmation.
Why pray? Prayer is an affirmation of the truth that eternally exists but has not yet come into consciousness. The revealing word, When faced with seeming issues and or problems, the first thing we should do is pray. Why? Because prayer is the only action we can take that truly makes things different from the inside out. Prayer gives us the opportunity to harmonize our minds with that which already is, the grace and goodness of God that abounds in each one of us. When we enter into the silence of prayer, let us leave any and all worries behind. Then focus and allow the power and the energy of God mind to move in and through our entire soul, mind. While in the silence, let the Father's energy of mind fill us with inspiration, illumination, and revelation. Our righteousness uses of what has been received in prayer will keep us moving forward through that which have appeared as troubling times. Why pray? We pray to keep ourselves lifted up in our own Christhood. Always be thankful for the opportunity to communicate with God in prayer. Prayer without ceasing, 1 Thessalonians 5:17.
Thank you so much, John, for that daily inspiration. We really appreciate your love in the ministry. You bring so much joy to us. It's now time for our affirmation of power. Now, the affirmation of power is your opportunity to speak the word of power for yourself. So the daily inspiration, we read, we envelop the words, but this is our chance to really anchor the truth in with the power of our spoken word. And so I'm going to share the affirmation. I'll speak it first, and then we will affirm it together. And so let's begin now. Love is all I think. Love is all I feel. Love is all I say. Love is all I see. Love is all I do. Love is all I have. Love is all I give. Love is all I am. Let's affirm that together. Love is all I think. Love is all I feel. Love is all I say. Love is all I see. Love is all I do. Love is all I have. Love is all I give. Love is all I am. And so it is. You can use this word of power before any phone call that you make, before you meet someone at the checkout counter, before you walk into a room with people that you love, before you meet a challenge, before an interview. You can use this word of power to anchor yourself in who you are, to charge your love magnet. I double dare you. Try love and prove love today in your life. Use this affirmation for your benefit. God bless you and have an amazing rest of the service.
Good afternoon, Up Church, and I sure do appreciate you being here. I am so grateful that I was asked to give an idea that I want to be a part of and what I want to be open to in 2021. Because in 2020, I was able to present the health fairs, and that gave me an idea to commit to health. So in this pandemic, I've been committed to health. And what am I open to? I am open to optimal health. I'm down over 40 pounds. I have my treadmill just over my shoulder. I am right now in the middle of walking a mile a day for 21 days just to gear me up. I was able to hike with the hiking team. My life is fantastic because I am opening my mind to receive all the good that God has for me. And I welcome you to come to this challenge. If you don't know what to want, if you don't know what to open your mind to all the good that God has for you. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day.
you're feeling down and lonely, feeling like you can't go on, just remember love will find a way. Yeah. Tell me, are you going through changes? Time seems like it's passing by. Just believe that love will find a way. I see the tears you cry. I see the pain that's in your eyes. So many times you were so lonely, and no one seems to care. But if your hopes for your tomorrow drown it in your sorrows, just know your heart will show you the way. Are you trying to find a beginning or something just to hold on to? Always know that love will find a way. Ooh, is it hard, this life you're living? Does the world seem so unkind? Don't you worry, love will find a way. Some say we've lost our way. Some say the world has gone astray. But if you know where you're going, there's nothing you can't do. 'Cause problems will come and they will leave you. The world will try to deceive you, but the truth will always be in your soul. Do you want some joy in your time? Are you trying to find some peace of mind? All you need to know is love will find a way. Are you looking for the place to go where the truth is all you need to know? All you need to say is love will find a way. Do you want some joy? Do you want some joy? Are you trying to find some peace of mind? All you need to know is love will find a way. Are you looking for the place to go where the truth is all you need to know? All you need to say is love will find a way.
I love that. I love that. Love will find a way. Love will find a way. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, worship team. Love will find a way. Let's just bask in that, because that's the truth of who we are. The love will find a way when there seems to be no way. love will find a way. All right. We are making our way through this text. It's the Lenten season, and this is chapter 10 on creative expression. And my message today is transform and take off. Transform and take off. You are here to transform and take off. I don't know if you knew that. You are here to transform and take off. All right, let's get that. Let me know that you heard that. Transform and take off. So my guiding scripture for today comes from Revelation. I had to go all the way to Revelation. Revelation 3:16 says, "So because you are lukewarm and neither hot nor cold nor hot, I am about to spit you out of my mouth." So because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I am about to spit you out of my mouth. This is the I am speaking to one of the churches of Asia Minor, and they felt like they were doing good because they had all these good things going on, but there was no fire in there. There was no enthusiasm. There was no energy. So we're about to wake it up today. We're trying to transform and take off. And so my thesis for you today is that love's creative force needs your burning desire to make things happen. Love's creative force needs your burning desire to make things happen. You got to be on fire for something. Les Brown would say, you got to be hungry. You got to have something that you want as bad as you want to breathe. And so there are 3 ideas that I want to give you today. The first one is to assess. Assess. Are you happy with where you are? Is what you're getting what you want? Is what you're getting good enough for you? The second idea I want to leave you with is to decide. So every time you make a decision, you make an incision in the fabric of the universe, and you send forward the creative force of love to bring forth whatever it is that you are deciding about into expression. And the third idea I want to leave with you is to divide. You got to separate yourself from everything that's not like what you want. You want to become a vibrational match for your good. That means that everything that's unlike your good has got to get out of the way. All right, let's get started. So assess. This is the first idea, assess. So what do you want? What do you want? Like, what do you really want? When she opened the chapter, she talked about the story of this little girl named Gerda. And Gerda survived the concentration camps. She was a little girl when everything broke out in Poland, in Germany, and when they were marched basically to the death camps. And she talked about just like what kept her going. And she said, we were always cold. We were always hungry. But I wanted to live so badly. And then she talked about the concrete being broken and a little flower, because everything was bleak where they were. But the concrete being broken, that there was a little flower growing through, and that flower gave her such hope. That when you want something, you interpret everything as a sign that you can have it. And so you have got to assess, what do you really want? Because sometimes we say that we want something, but really what we mean is, it would be nice if we had it. And so you have got to get clear, because what happens is that vision and clarity accelerate the goal. If there is a goal that is absent from your experience, it is only evidence that there is a lack of vision and a lack of clarity. Maybe you don't know this, but man is maker of himself. Man is maker of himself. I saw this story, it's a video, a documentary of this boy who was born with, he had a very rare skin condition that I couldn't even call the name of it right now, because when I heard it, I was like, I've never heard of that before. but his skin was paper thin. And so he had to be wrapped almost from head to toe in bandages all day long. And he took a bath every other day because he had to basically have these bandages removed in order to be able to, to get in the tub. And so it was a painful process because his skin was paper thin. So it broke or chafed or became like a sore as soon as the bandages came off. And so he would sit in the water, but he had a method. This is a young boy. This boy's like 12, 13 years old, growing up like this. And he would get into the tub, and while it was cleansing and restorative for him, it also was incredibly painful. And he said that what I would do is I would take all of the pain that I have, and I would see a candle, and I would see the flame in the candle, and I would imagine the pain in my body being poured into that flame, and I would feed the flame. See, you have to have something in your experience that you are holding on to despite what everything around you. This little boy easily could have given up on life and just checked out, because every day was a living nightmare with that paper thin skin. And so what you want to do is decide, what do you want? And this boy wanted to live. And so he found a way to manage the pain, to imagine it draining out of him into the flame of the fire. This is so important. What is the thing that you are being called to do? And maybe an easier question to answer if you don't know what you want is, what are you putting up with? What are you putting up with? What have you settled for? What if you said, this is as good as it's going to get? I'm this age and it won't get any better. I don't have any additional time to do, and then fill in the blank. What if you decided is just okay, spiritual being? What if you decided that's just, I'm willing to just have less than spiritual giant? What have you dealt with that you felt like it's been this way all this time, and I'm willing to let it be king and queen? What have you settled for? And so sometimes what you may have to do is say what you don't want. What you don't want. I don't know about this, but I definitely know about that. I don't want this in my experience. And that may help you get clear, right? Because then once you say what you don't want, then you can create its opposite. So I know I don't want another relationship like that. Well, what was missing? Well, this didn't happen, that didn't happen. So now what I desire is the opposites of all the things I said I don't want. This is not to not get clear on what you want, because you got to do that. You have to do that. The energy of God is waiting on your clear decision. What do you really want? Speak it out loud. Man is maker of himself. You are creative. And the words that you speak about you become. God will turn you into whatever you call yourself. Vision and clarity accelerate the goal. And so you want to begin with powerful words of naming who you are. I started revising my morning commercial to myself. I get up, I say, wait a minute. I am a champion. I will win. I am a champion. I will win. I am authentically me. I cannot be defeated. I am unstoppable, indomitable, force of nature, right? You got to tell yourself the truth, and you got to get yourself up and moving. Make sure that movement is the first thing that you do when you get out of the bed. Don't just crawl out of the bed and roll out of bed. No, get out and get moving. Because when you get moving, you wake yourself up. You have to wake up. See, I don't know if you know this, but you have a formula to you. You have a formula to you, and you have the responsibility to figure out what that formula is. What is it that gets your energy going? And so I have a series of things that I do every morning that are a part of waking up the God energy in me. What's beautiful is that we are modeling that for you, a way to do it in this Lenten course that you are taking. And so you're getting the experience of what it feels like when the first thing that you do in the morning is get in touch with God. And so my challenge to you with great love and respect is that this window that you have opened up for God at from 7 to 7:30 in the morning, that you keep that window open once this season is done. You have a formula, and you're responsible for figuring out what that is. And I'm telling you that when you figure out the formula to yourself, there are no more down days. There are no more sad days. That might seem like, well, no, rain falls on the just and the unjust. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, where are you emotionally? Where are you riding the wave of life emotionally? And so you have got to assess what's in your life. And probably, if you got those up and down days, you got stuff in your experience that's supporting and contributing to those up and down days. You want to write a letter to the God of your understanding, to the God of your being, to your chief spiritual officer every day about your deepest desires. What gives you clarity, it doesn't come out of nowhere. You have to invite clarity. And the way that you invite clarity is that you get into conversation with your higher self about the thing that you desire. And so this is a literal letter with a pen. A literal letter with a pen that you write to the God of your understanding. And so if your desire is greater health, then you want to get into conversation with your higher self about health on a daily basis. How do you know you have clarity? Because you're taking action. How do you know you don't have clarity? Because you're not taking action. So you want to sit and just keep getting clarity, keep talking to God, keep having that conversation, keep meeting the CSO every morning and talking about what it is that you desire to bring into your experience. And I promise you that moment will come where it is like a click inside of you, and 1 minute you were doing nothing and the next minute you can't stop doing. Vision and clarity accelerate the goal. If you are not taking action, it is a lack of clarity. If there is action, that means you got clarity. Everything you got clarity about, you are moving on. And so you got to assess, what do I need to get clear on? What do I need to get some understanding on? It is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Generally, that's used to talk about prosperity. But guess what? It also means clarity. You can go to God. It's your Father's good pleasure to give you clarity around the things of your heart. See, you have to come boldly to the throne. It's Hebrews 4:16 that says, let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. You got to come, and in order to move the energy of life, you got to come with some enthusiasm. But what happens is that the reason that you don't have any enthusiasm and that there is no action being taken is that there is a lack of clarity. And so in your assessment, what you want to begin to do is talk to God about your deepest desire. And I promise you, it's your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. I promise you the clarity that you seek will come. Second idea, decide. You got to decide. Everything is created the same way: mind, idea, expression. First, the idea is in mind. Second, the idea is captured, and then it is moved into expression. Mind, idea, expression. Everything is created the same way. Everything that exists was first an idea. Everything that exists was first an idea. And so this is the thing. In New Thought, we make a distinction between reality and existence. Right? Reality is that which is real, which is lasting, which never changes. Existence is that which is physical, it's visible. You can perceive it with the five senses. And we are at least bidimensional beings in the sense that we have an eye in the invisible world and we have an eye in the visible world. And so sometimes what happens is that we have trouble getting what we want out of the invisible into the visible. But the thing is that thought plus feeling equals manifestation. Thought plus feeling equals manifestation. Somebody put that in the chat so that I know that you got it. Thought plus feeling equals manifestation. And so what's happening when you have a desire that has not yet crossed the border from the invisible to the visible, it means that you have a thought, but you don't have feeling. And so I want to give you something that will help you. A thought long enough produces a feeling. A thought long enough produces a feeling. And so part of what's happening is that the thoughts that we have are too all over the place. And so we want to discipline ourselves to hold on to a thought, to hold on to it until the feeling comes. Every thought will generate a feeling. Feelings don't come out of nowhere. They come out of thoughts. This is the metaphysics of Adam and Eve being created from the rib of Adam. Eve is the feeling nature. Adam is the thinking nature. The feeling nature comes out of the thinking nature. Every thought gives birth to a feeling. What has happened is you haven't held it long enough for the feeling to be born. And so you have to discipline yourself. So you want to dedicate time during your day to think about what you desire, to spend time. Because once that thought has a feeling, now it has exactly what it needs in order to cross the border of your life from the invisible to the visible. Feeling gets the blessing. Feeling makes it so. Feeling is also the end result of every experience. Every experience, you think about it, everything up to and including this moment, everything that exists now that you've been through is nothing but a feeling inside of you. That's it. They call it memory, another word for feeling. Because there's some memories you don't have that you forgot about. Feeling is the end result of experience. Follow me. Feeling is the end result of experience. So sometimes this is the beauty of this universe that we live in. Every process is reversible. Every process is reversible. So steam becomes water, becomes ice. Ice becomes water, becomes steam. Right? Thought plus feeling becomes manifestation, and the manifestation results in a feeling. It's a way you feel about the things that are in your experience. But you can begin with a feeling. You can begin with a feeling and reverse engineer the process. So you can begin to walk and talk like the spiritual giant that you are. You can begin to move like the boss that you are. You can begin to move like the multimillionaire that you are. You can begin to talk and act like the giant that you are. And the universe gets busy saying, we got a giant over here. Let's get giant things over to her. Because she's moving in alignment with the good that she seeks. And so you can reverse engineer. Part of what keeps you overweight, underpaid, not having enough, unhappy, is that you feel overweight, underpaid, not happy, and not having enough. And so you say, I don't know what to do. I'm not connected to anybody. I don't have the connections that you have, Reverend Sherry. I don't know. I haven't studied the books that you know. But let me tell you something. You got feeling at your disposal. You can begin to move in the feeling of what it is that you desire, and it will bring it into your expression. Whatever you, don't worry about what you don't know. Whatever you need to know will be given to you. Whatever you need to know will be given to you. And so every experience that you keep is reenacting a feeling that you're unwilling to let go of. Are you willing to let go of feeling unhealthy? Are you willing to let go of the feeling of being broke? Are you willing to let go? Because the feeling is keeping the experience anchored in your expression. And the way to get it out of your expression is to feel something different. And so how do we do that? Well, we get you on the call, on the Lenten call in the morning, and we put you, think about what you love about Lent. It's that feeling. You get on there, you get Reverend Sheree operating in her highest vibration, and it's the feeling. Why do you show up to Sunday service at 1 o'clock of all times? It's the feeling. It's the feeling. And so you can reverse engineer. So all you got to do is decide what you want and figure out how it might make you feel, and then begin to walk in that feeling. And in a matter of time and quicker than you will think, the very thing that seems to elude you will slide its way into your experience. Your feeling makes you magnetic. Your feeling makes you magnetic. And so you want to learn to think and feel only what you desire. Learn to think and feel only what you desire. A thought long enough will produce a feeling. But you can do this on the other end and go get the feeling and produce the thoughts. You want to build moments into your day where you think and feel about what you desire. I already gave you one tip, having that conversation with God all day, every day, or just in the morning, whatever, 5 to 10 minutes. Listen, just get started. Maybe 60 seconds. I believe in going small in order to go big, right? There are many, many demonstrations in my experience where I started with a little bit and then expanded it out. So every day of your life should have at least 5 to 10 minutes or less or greater, but just consistent, where you think deeply and passionately about the things that you want to bring into your experience. Every day. Get a tracker. I don't have my tracker handy here. I would show it to you. Get a tracker so that you can track yourself. It's a mind hack. There's no magic in the tracker. What happens is that the mind doesn't want to see any blanks. That's the magic of the tracker, right? So you tick off. Did I spend that 5 minutes today thinking about what it is that I'm asking God to bring into my experience? Did I sit in the feeling of what it's going to be like to drive that car that I'm asking for? Did I sit in the feeling of what it's going to be like to be in that loving relationship that I thought about today, that I desire in my life? Did I spend some time sitting in the feeling of what it's going to be like to live on the lake? Right? Did I sit in the feeling of that? It's a yes or no thing. And then check. Simple, right? Man is maker of himself. And I'm guessing that a lot of people don't know this because we talk about God making us. God made the self, capital S. You got busy interpreting that idea and formed what is your life. So I want to make sure that we're clear. The self that God made, the image and likeness that God made is the higher self, the I am of you. The divine blueprint of the perfect pattern of you. That's what God made. But this drama that you're recreating and reliving and keeping alive, that's you. And so you have to realize that if I made it, I can unmake it. Whatever thought I thought to bring it into expression, I can unthink it. And I can create a new expression. There's a poem that I love. I love, love, love. It's by Rumi, and it's called Don't Go Back to Sleep. Don't go back to sleep. This is what it says. It says, the breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. The door sill where the two worlds touch is your mind. Remember I told you, you look into the invisible through your imagination. You look into the physical with your physical eyes, with your natural eyes. And he's saying, don't go back to sleep. Ask for what you really want. Ask for what you really want. And so we have to bring into expression through the enthusiasm in our lives, the desires of our hearts. What are you excited about? What are you turned on about? Last idea I'll leave you with is you got to divide. You got to divide. You're going to have to make some hard choices. Everything and everyone does not deserve a front row seat in your life. When your focus is split, you leak energy. You have the same amount of faith that Oprah has. You got the same amount of faith that Michelle Obama has. You got the same amount of faith that Barack has. You got the same amount of faith that just fill in the blank with whoever it is that you look up to. Not just that you got the same 24 hours, you got the same faith. You got the same energy. But the question is, how are you using that energy? Where is it going? It's moving according to your attention. And so when your focus is split, you leak energy. Part of why you can't get your stuff out of spiritual escrow is that your energy is tied up in things that really don't bring you joy. And so you have got to make some decisions, because the emotion that you need to bring your good into expression is wrapped up in things you don't want, in things you don't want to experience, and really in things that are probably none of your business. And so you've got to decide that, listen, if I'm not excited about it, I don't need it in my life. If I'm not excited about it, I don't need it in my life. You know, Marie Kondo, I don't know if you know who that is, but she has the surprising something of tidying up, whatever. Anyway, when she's going through and helping people declutter and decide what stays and what doesn't, the question she asks is, does it spark joy? Do the things in your experience spark joy? If it doesn't spark joy, get it out. See, you are trying to get the good that you are here to do and get the good that is rightfully yours across the border into expression. So you need all of your energy. And so when you keep things around you that do not spark joy, you destroy your opportunity for the good that you were uniquely set here. And that goes for people too. Everybody around you needs to be excited about you. If you're not excited about me, then you don't need to be in my life. I heard this earlier this week. They said, if the thrill is gone, then the will is gone. You got to get excited about the things in your experience. You got to get excited about it, and you want exciting people around you. And so if they can't be excited about you, get that relationship out of your life. because you're trying to bring into expression that which has never been done. Again, and I've said this before, but maybe you forgot. You are here to do what has never been done, and you are going to need the enthusiasm of God to get it out of the invisible into the visible. And so you cannot afford thrill-less people. You included. You are not here to keep the status quo. God never repeats himself. It's why no two people are alike. No snowflakes are alike. Of all the billions of people, or more than that, maybe a number I can't even count, that have been on the planet, no one has the same fingerprint. Nothing that God does is a repeat. So why would God want to come through you and then repeat? Some of these things don't add up. And so you have got to get the things out of your life that don't have you fired up and excited, because you can't get what has never been done into expression if you are not fired up and excited. That's how this works. And so you want to get up every morning saying, I'm about to transform and take off. I'm about to transform and take off. I'm about to transform and take off. Because your words set up the vibratory energy of your world. I am a champion. I will win. I am a champion. I will win. I am a champion. I will win. I will transform and take off. I will transform and take off. I will get everything out of my life that is unhappy and unexciting and uninviting. I don't want any thrill-less people around me. You included, me included. I have a destiny that I'm moving towards. And even if I don't know all of the things about that destiny, I'm slicing and dicing. Get this relationship out of my experience. Get that relationship out of my experience. I can't have that kind of energy around me. It's not worth it to me. I want what the Spirit of God wants to do through me to come through me out into expression. And I'm unwilling to sit in mediocre living. It don't feel right. It don't feel right to you, because you ain't mediocre. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Because you know that you were meant for more. And it's gnawing at your soul. It's why you keep coming back every Sunday, because you know that you were meant to win. That you were meant to transform and take off. And it's no longer acceptable for you to not have what is rightfully yours. And so I am joining arms with you. We're going to lock arms together and do this thing. And every time I get a new discovery, I'm going to share it with you, because I'm in this process together. I don't want you to think that I'm so much further ahead. I'm just committed. And I learned that the most committed wins. And so I'm locking arms with you, winner. I'm locking arms with you, and I'm saying transform and take off. Do what has never been done before. The world is waiting on your genius. Transform and take off. The world will be different because you walk the planet. Transform and take off. Don't let another day go by that you don't begin to get clarity. And so let's review. I want you to get that love's creative force needs your burning desire in order to bring your good into expression. So you need some enthusiasm. And the way you get that enthusiasm is you got to assess what's here that I want and what's here that I don't want. So I got to name some things that don't need to be in my experience, and I got to name some things that need to be in my experience. You got to decide. You have to decide. You have to make some decisions about what it is that you want in your experience. And so you have got to claim it. And then finally, you have got to divide. You have got to divide and kick out of your experience everything that is unlike what you want to live the rest of your life doing. Assess, decide, divide. Assess, decide, divide. God bless you.
I let the Lord lead me. I let His love guide me. And His Spirit strengthens my heart. I let His arms protect me. And His voice direct me to the place where I belong. You made the sun shine. You made the moon to make light. You know the plan you have for me. And in your plan I'm free. You made the birds to sing. You are the Lord of everything. You are the light in the darkness. Speak through me, flow through me, help me see who I am. I let the Lord lead me. I let His love guide me, and His Spirit strengthens my heart. I let His arms protect me, and His voice direct me to the place where I belong. You made the sun. You made the sun to shine. You made the moon. You made the moon to make light. You know the plans you have for me. And in your plan I am free. You made the birds to sing. You are the Lord. You are the Lord of everything. You are the light. You are the light in the darkness. Speak through me. Speak through me. Flow through me. Flow through me. Help me see. Help me see who I am. Who I am. I let the Lord lead me. Lead me. Let His love guide me. Guide me. And His Spirit strengthens my heart. And let His arms protect me. And His voice direct me to the place where I belong. Oh, speak through me, flow through me, move my soul, make me whole. Speak through me, flow through me, Lord. Help me see who I am. Flow through me, Lord. Move my soul, make me whole. Flow through me, Lord. Help me see who I am. I let the Lord lead me. I let His love guide me, and His Spirit strengthens my heart. I let His arms protect me, and His voice direct me to the place where I belong.
All right, family, now is the time to set the law of giving and receiving into action for yourself.
I give in love. I give in love, love, love. All that I have and all I receive will be multiplied. I'm in the flow. I'm in the flow, flow, flow. I'm sending it out and it's coming back in. He supplies my every need.
We've made it easy for you to support Understanding Principles. You can text the word UPCHURCH to 73256 to complete your gift. You can use Cash App. Our Cash App ID is $UPCHURCHLA. You can also go to our website, upchurch.org. Choose the button Give Online. And finally, the mail still works. You can mail your gift to Understanding Principles, 600 West Queen Street, Inglewood, California, 90301.
I give in love. I give in love, love, love. All that I have and all I receive will be multiplied. I'm in the flow. I'm in the flow, flow, flow. I'm sending it out and it's coming back in. He supplies my every need.
Let's bless our offerings. Read along with me. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love and I trust God. All right, let's add a declaration with that. I am in the flow. I give generously and I receive lavishly. My Father, Mother, God supplies all my needs. I am divinely supplied. All right, family. Thank you so much for your support. Let's have some announcements and then I'll be back to close this out.
There's a Christmas song that goes, "It's the most wonderful time of the year." I beg to differ. I think that Lent is the most wonderful time of the year. We are having a powerful transformational experience. It's called the Love Experiment. We have taken the season of Lent and we have charged it. We are focused. We have harnessed the power of love. And every single day we unwrap a new layer of love. We allow love to expand in our awareness. And it's called an experiment on purpose because we don't just understand more about love. We try what we understand. We prove love every single day in our lives. We allow love to be a force in our world. We let love take over our heart and mind. I want to invite you into this experience. We're at the second leg of it, and there is a space for you. This is the perfect time. We've been creating an atmosphere. And so when you register for this experience, you're going to walk into a field of love like no other. And so I want to give you the opportunity. I want to take whatever resistance you have off the table. And so I've lowered the price a little bit on the Love Experiment. I want you to come in and take the last half and rock it. We want you to be a part of this energy of love that we have. We want you to experience a love takeover in your life. We want you to be a magnet to the good that you desire. Join the Love Experiment today. You will not regret it. God bless you.
One of the wonderful things that I've had the pleasure of experiencing in my journey in New Thought is having the opportunity to sit with some of the masters in our movement and talk to them one-on-one and learn from them. And we here at UPCHURCH are very, very blessed because in Reverend Sherri and Reverend Sheree, we have our own spiritual masters. These are amazing teachers and powerful ministers, as you already know. And what I love about the after party is that this is an opportunity to sit with them and find out what they're thinking about and how they're feeling in terms of the lesson that they just shared with us on Sunday. So if you haven't had an opportunity to hang out with us at the after party, this is a perfect time to do so. The link is here in the video below. It's not only an opportunity to go deeper into the lesson with the ministers, but it's also an opportunity to fellowship with our fellow family members. So join us in the after party every Sunday, and I look forward to seeing you there. Take care.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to say, take a look at our social media all-stars. These are the people that shared our service. They either left a comment on YouTube, left a comment on Facebook, or shared it on Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to be on the list, you go ahead and share. We are acknowledging our social media all-stars. Thank you guys.
Up Church family, I need you to get active in the ministry today. We have some opportunities for you to share, to make sure that we celebrate the wonderful people in our lives, that we continue the traditions of Up Church. We have powerful opportunities for you to serve. I want to invite you into the Mother's Day Committee. I want to invite you into the Father's Day Committee. I want to invite you into the Student Award Committee. I want to invite you into Pastor's Anniversary. These amazing events need your skills. They need your talent. They need your ideas. They need your energy. They need your hands. They need your mind. I want you to consider giving in this way. All that you need to do is let us know which committee you'd like to join. And maybe there's a committee you'd actually like to lead, that you have a divine idea and you're like, oh, I think this will be so much fun to do here at Up Church. You can just ask our regular volunteers how good it feels to share their gifts and talents, to be a part of something that blesses other people. And I want you to have that blessing opportunity as well. And so all that you need to do is let us know you're interested. You can email us at upchurch@upchurch.org, and we will let us know which committee you're interested in, and we'll make sure that we pair you up with that team so that we can have time to pull together these amazing events. And if there are new ideas on your mind, new ideas you'd like to bring and shepherd into experience, I want to invite you to do that too, because there are ideas we haven't thought of that are in your heart and mind and that will bless the ministry. And so just come on and let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you're feeling, and let us know where you're willing to lead. We love you. We appreciate you. You make Up Church great. And I appreciate you saying yes to an opportunity to serve here. God bless you.
Thank you so much for an incredible Sunday. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this experience. We just love and appreciate that you choose to spend time with us. We've got some really exciting things coming up. I think you guys heard about them in the announcements. I want to remind you that we've got the Palm Sunday coming up, where you will be able to come and nail to the cross whatever it is that you're releasing. Make sure you get to be a part of that. I also want to encourage you that if you have a young person in your life, we have an in-person, physically distanced lesson that happens for them on the 4th Sunday of every month. And so that's coming up on the 28th, and we want you to be a part of that. So please reach out to the church office for details. We'll be at a different park than we were last month. So make sure you pay attention to the announcements once we have that park solidified. And then Easter's going to be amazing. So I'm really excited for that. I have to say a special thank you. I meant to say this last week, and once I finished the recording, I'm kicking myself because there was no window to re-record it. I have to say a special thank you to Dr. Sherri Randolph. She put together an incredible poetry event after our Black History program. Many of you were there, and you know how amazing it was. And I am always impressed with the things that Dr. Sherri Randolph puts together. And so I literally had it written. You can ask them, Sherry. I had it written on my script, but my head went somewhere else and I didn't look at the script. So this is late, but it is not in any way an indication of how I feel. I love and appreciate what you did for the Black History event on the 28th of February. And I want to say thank you for the gift of your time and your talent and your treasure. We appreciate that. All right, let's take a moment to close today. Would you read along with me our prayer of protection? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And so it is. Good afternoon, family. I will see you in the after party if you're there. Otherwise, I'll see you back here same time next week. God bless you.